Hey guys, in the previous session we studied about HSN code and SAC, which are the standards of classification of goods and services, classification of GST into CGST, SGST or UTGST and IGST, the combination of taxes and the rates of GST. So if you have missed that session, do refer that and then start with today's session to have a complete understanding of GST. And friends, if you like our session, don't forget to like and share with your friends and subscribe to our channel, that is Let's Shoot Accountancy, and hit the bell icon to get the updates for further videos. Also, we have our website, that is www.letsshoot.com, on which you will get all the accountancy courses at very minimum prices, where we have tried to cover all the concepts with problem solving, with study material. So do check that out. In today's session, we will be discussing about categorizing of GST for accounting purpose. Now basically, what does this term categorizing mean? Let us take an example. Say we are Mr. B who purchased the goods from Mr. A and sold the goods to Mr. C. Now here, when we purchase the goods from Mr. A, we have to pay GST to him, and when we sold goods to Mr. C, we will collect GST from him. So the GST is calculated on both purchase and sales, and it is categorized as input GST and output GST. Now when any goods or services or both are purchased, the GST that is paid on it is known as input GST. In case of intrastate, that is within the state purchase of goods or services or both, the GST paid on it is accounted as input CGST and input SGST. Now why CGST and SGST? That we have already seen in the previous session. The link for the previous video is mentioned in the description box below, so you can refer that. In case of interstate, that is across the state purchase or imports into India of goods and services, the GST paid on it is accounted as input IGST. Let us see the examples to get better understanding of accounting of GST on purchases in both the cases of intrastate purchase and interstate purchase. Let's say Ajay is a dealer in Gujarat and he purchased pens worth 5,000 from Vijay, who is also a dealer in Gujarat, on 25th March 2019. The tax applicable to this purchase is 18%. Find out the GST and total amount payable by Ajay. Pass the journal entries in the books of Ajay. Firstly, the GST calculated on 5,000 at 18%, that is 900. Thus, Ajay has to pay a total tax of 900, which is divided into CGST 9% and SGST 9%. So CGST is 450 and SGST is 450, and the total amount payable is 5,900. Now we know the journal entry for purchases without GST, which will be purchase account debit to creditors account. So how will you pass the entry for purchases with GST? The journal entry for the above transaction will be in the books of Ajay, write the date 25th March 2019, purchases account debit 5,000, input CGST account debit 450, input SGST account debit 450, to Vijay account, that is our creditor, 5,900. Don't forget to write the narration, being purchase of pens at 18% GST. So as you can see, input GST will also be debited with the amount of purchases, and the total amount payable to the creditors will be 5,900. Now taking the similar example, but see, Ajay is a dealer in Gujarat and he purchased pens worth 5,000 from Vijay, who is a dealer in Maharashtra, on 25th March 2019. The tax applicable to this purchase is 18%. Find out the GST and total amount payable by Ajay. Pass the journal entries in the books of Ajay. Now here, since the goods are purchased from Maharashtra in Gujarat, it is an interstate transaction and IGST will be applicable, which would be 5,000 into 18%, that is 900. and the total amount payable is 5000 plus 900, that is 5900. The journal entry for this case will be similar to the previous one. Only instead of CGST and SGST, there would be IGST. So the entry would be in the books of Ajay, 25th March 2019. Purchases account debit 5000. Input IGST account debit 900 to Vijay account 5900. Being purchases of pens at 18% GST. After looking at the example, it is clear that the term input is mentioned along with CGST, SGST or IGST to indicate that the GST is paid on purchases. Going ahead, let us discuss GST on sales. If any goods or services are sold, the GST that is collected on it is known as output GST. In case of intrastate, that is within the state sale of goods and or services, the GST collected on it is accounted as output CGST and output SGST. And in case of interstate, that is across the state sales or export from India of goods and or services, the GST collected on it is accounted as output IGST. Again, we will understand this with the help of examples in both the cases of intrastate sales and interstate sales. Let's say Ram is a dealer in Kerala and he sold TV worth 60,000 to Kiran, who is also a dealer in Kerala, on 27th May 2019. The tax applicable to this sales is 18%. Find out the GST charged and the total amount receivable. Pass the journal entries in the books of Ram. Here, the GST is calculated on 60,000 at 18%, that is 10,800. Thus, Ram has to collect a total tax of 10,800, which is divided into CGST 9% and SGST 9%. So, CGST is 5,400 and SGST 5,400, and the total amount receivable is 70,800. Now, the basic entry for sales without GST is debtors account debit to sales account. And when we want to account for output GST, it will also be credited with sales, and the entry would be in the books of Ram, 27th May 2019. Kiran account debit 70,800, who is a debtor, to sales account 60,000, to output CGST account 5,400, to output SGST account 5,400, being sales at 18% GST made. Now again taking the same example, just a little change. Say Ram is a dealer in Kerala who sold goods to Kiran, who is in Punjab. Now how will you account for this transaction? Here, instead of CGST and SGST, IGST will be applicable since it is an interstate transaction, which will be 60,000 into 18%, that is 10,800, and the entry would be in the books of Ram, 27th May 2019. Kiran account debit 70,800, to sales account 60,000, to output IGST account 10,800, being sales of TV at 18% GST. Again, after looking at the above examples, it is clear that the term output is mentioned along with CGST, SGST or IGST to indicate that the GST is charged or collected on sales. The input GST is considered as an asset and output GST is considered as a liability till it is set off. We will learn this concept of set off in further sessions. So, we hope you have understood the basic accounting of GST. For accounting purpose, it is very important to understand this concept: input GST at the time of purchases and output GST at the time of sales. So here comes the test time. Find out the GST amount, total amount payable or receivable, and pass the entries for the following transactions assuming GST rate applicable is 18%. First, Raj is a dealer in Rajasthan, purchased a table worth 15,000 from GST registered dealer within a state on 19th February 2019. Second, Hiren is a dealer in Maharashtra, sold granite worth 26,000 to a GST registered dealer from outside his state on 8th October 2019. You can solve these sums to test your knowledge, and you can give your answers in the comment section below. The solution for these problems will be given in the next session. In next session, we will see the computation of GST, which is one of the important concepts of GST for accounting. If you have any doubt or any queries related to any item or any account, do post in the comment section below. Also, you can become our Prime member by clicking the join button below, where you will get access to many perks at very affordable prices. And if you like our videos, then do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you will get the updates for all the videos uploaded in future. See you all next time. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Thank you.